Hi guys, and welcome to another Divi video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Well, we've got another Divi image hover effect for you today. We've got an image here. When we hover over it, it's going to pop up a little MP3 player and swap images for us. And of course, you can just play your track like that. Really easy to do. So let's get started. First thing I'm going to do today is enable the Visual Builder. Once enabled, let's go down to where we want to work. I've got a section here, the blue tab with a row, the green tab with two columns in it. We'll be working on the second column here. And the way this is working today, the actual image that you're looking at there resides in the background of the column. And when we hover over it, the MP3 player and the other image is on top of it. So we're going to start by putting an MP3 audio module in here. And there it is right there for us. Divi comes with all these as standard. Plenty enough to build just about any kind of site. The only one it doesn't come with is this Divi image hover, which is the third party one. So I'm going to add a regular Divi audio module today. There it is. And the MP3 I've got is little by little. And it's by the hereafters. And it's live. And if we go down, this is where you put your audio file in. Just upload an audio file. I've already got one uploaded here. If not, just drag your MP3 or WAV file up and select it. That's a WAV file right there. And there we go. As you can see, it's put in the timer and the counter. Great. I'm not going to add an image. You can add an image if you want, because I'm going to kind of use an image background for this today. Okay, if you wanted to, you could link the whole module when they click anywhere other than the play button. You could link it to an external source like the SoundCloud or whatever, wherever you wanted to link it to. If you were linking to an external site like SoundCloud or the band page, I put the target in a new tab so your site stays open. Okay, let's go down to the background. I'm going to add a color, first one. There's a gradient, and I'm going to add an image also. Image right there. There's video if you want to add a video. And for the image, I'm going to use the picture of the singer Christy up there. I'm also going to blend, I mean that looks pretty good black and white, but I'm also going to blend it with that color I put in there, the purple. And to do that on the image settings, we can just roll down a little bit. At the bottom, they've got background image blend. And there's all kind of different styles, and you can get some fantastic effects going on if you just mix the styles. The one I'm going to use today is multiply. That works. You can see everything really well with that one. At least I believe so. But play with those because you can get some great effects. Okay, next thing I want to do is I want to make it at least the height of this one next door. We're going to write a little bit of code to stop it spilling over in a minute. But I'm going to give it, say, 200 pixels padding top and bottom just to make it large enough. So I'm going to go to my design tab, down to spacing, padding. Let's try 200 top. Just put the 200, it'll put the pics in for you. It's probably going to be a bit much, and the same for the bottom. Spilling out there, so let's try 150. Doesn't matter too much actually if it spills out, that's not enough. Make it 160, that should be plenty. I want it to go at least as far as the bottom of here. Now I want these two to be the same size. And I don't want to see this particular thing, the player or this image, until we actually hover over it. I want to see a different image until we hover over it. So let's save what we've got here in our audio module. And we're going to go into the row, which is the green tab. I'm going to go into my second column here, which is the one we're working on. For the background, we won't be able to see it because our module's on top. I'm going to put an image in here. And this is the image that we're going to have it displayed all the time. So we just need to go in here and select our image. I guess I'll use the same one as before. And the other thing I want to do here, I want to get rid of that bit that's poking down there. I want to make sure these are the same. So I'm going to give our column a fixed height, which is what I did with the one before. To do that, let's go over to Advanced. I'm going to go to Custom CSS. I'm going to go to the main element. I'm simply going to put in height 400 pixels, which is the height of the one next door. We've still got an overflow there. We've still got this bit sticking down further. That's fine. And this bit of code I'll put below the video. You can copy it if you don't want to copy it off the screen at the moment. So to get rid of that little bit that's sticking out at the bottom there, still on the Advanced tab, I'm going to close up the Custom CSS. I'm going to go to Visibility just below it. And here they've got horizontal and vertical overflow. If I change these both to hidden, as you can see, it hides anything that's overflowed horizontally there, and let's do the same for the vertical. There we go. If I move this over here, you can see a bit better. Great. So we've got our MP3 player. If you want to move this up or down, just simply add more padding to the top to push it down, or add more padding, less padding to the top to push it up, and compensate by adding more padding to the bottom. Okay, so let's save our column and row settings here. Save the column, save the row. Let's go back in now and make this disappear so we can only see the image. So let's go into our module. And to make it disappear today, I'm going to go to the Design tab. I'm going to go down to Filters. And I'm going to go down to Opacity. And if you hover over any of the dark legending, this is common to most Divi modules here, you'll see some icons pop up. I'm going to go to Opacity, which is transparency or see-throughness if you will. I'm going to go over to the little arrow there, click on it. When you click on it, it gives you an option to set a desktop or regular state when your mouse is not on it, and a different state for when the mouse is on it, or hover state. Now when the mouse is not on it, I don't want to see that module at all, so I'm going to take that all the way down to 0. And when we are hovering over it, I want it to be fully visible, so I'm going to take it all the way up to 100%. Great. So we've got a desktop or non-hover state where we just see the image, and a hover state where we can see the MP3 player and the other image. Now the default time that Divi takes to transition between one to the other is 300 milliseconds, which is just under a third of a second, which to me is pretty quick. For drama, I like to slow it down, and if you want to slow it down or speed it up, go over to your Advanced tab, you go down to Transitions there, and here's your duration, transition duration. I'm going to take mine up to about 3/4 of a second, something like that. You can slide, you can type in, and you can fine tune with the little arrows to the right hand side of the box there. Don't want any delay because I want it to happen as soon as somebody puts their mouse over it. And the speed curve that I like to use for these effects is ease in, ease out. All of these speed curves do slightly different things, and in different situations some are going to work better than others, but for most hover effects I find that ease in and ease out works perfectly. So I think we should be done. Let's just save our changes here. We'll save the page changes down the bottom. Save draft or publish if you're ready. And let's exit the Visual Builder. Okay, let's see what we got. There's our image of the guitar, and when we hover over it, it should pop up with a different image and our MP3 player. There it is. Let's make sure it's going to work. Fantastic. Great. So there you go, guys. That's how to have an image swap with MP3 player on hover. So I hope you've enjoyed this today and found it useful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, comment, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.